How did Dart look in those?
He struggled a little bit under center. Under center, he struggled a little bit. But overall, wasn't too bad. The guy that
What's up,
impressed
Chris?
me was Dylan Gabriel. Holy smokes, man!
Hold on, man.
He doesn't throw a long ball. He's not like a bit. He doesn't. But man, his 30, 35 yards and in, man.
Yeah.
Split the hair on the gnat, man. I tell you.
No.
God love you. Do you want the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl? Oh, hell no. I can speak for the other two guys above me. I know they don't want it either. But, God, you can answer them too. Do you want the Chiefs to win, guys?
No.
Chris?
I lost the audio. I can't hear you. Hold on, man.
Old guys in technology don't mix sometimes.
You know what? I just heard that last part you just said. Hush.
That's usually.
I just when you said that.
Usually when the crap talking starts is when you hear it.
What were you asking me? I heard.
God loves you in the chat. Just asked, do we want the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl?
Of course not. Why? So they got bragging rights? No, they already want. They want two. That's too many. Too many. No,
yeah, exactly.
No, get them out of here. The Kansas City
and
Chiefs.
The next post is this guy posting Eagles. Yeah, I want the Eagles to win.
I'm not an Eagle fan, but
run all over them.
I'm not an Eagle fan, but yeah, I'm moving anybody to beat these damn Chiefs.
Yeah, Joshua, you're right. 30+ carries just to get 100. That's a lot of running. You know, whereas before he was carrying that ball for 30 times and getting 200. So you told me that they didn't stop him. Hell no to the Birds. Raider Paul, you want the Chiefs to win? I want the Eagles. I just can't watch Mahomes get another goddamn trophy.
I still want to see Mahomes and crying. I'm tired of seeing that. What's her name? That girl, that lady that sings in the booth. What's her name?
The Swifters.
Is it Swift? I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want to see her face no more.
I'm
tired of looking at her.
Phil 54. If it don't rain, the Chiefs info for sure. If it rains where the Super Bowl is inside, then that's a miracle in itself. That's somebody just that's somebody playing voodoo shit in New Orleans. Let's see. I don't think. Oh, Genti is even going into the draft. No, he's declared himself for the draft. Let's see, real talk. They should. Well, what's up, 805? How you doing, brother? I'll come on live whenever, brother. Let me know. I'll send you the link now if you want to come on now, brother. Probably won't watch the Super Bowl because the NFL knows Kelsey and Swift every 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of them showing.
Exactly.
Bolt Nation. Yeah, how's your trophy case looking, buddy? Is T-Mac wide receiver playing? Is T-Mac in the Senior Bowl or is he playing in one of the other ones?
Good question.
I said Eagles. Fuck KC.
Right, Red Ball salute.
I don't want Russell Wilson. I mainly for the fact that it's going to cost more money now than what we could have got him for last year. I mean, we could have got him for a bologna sandwich last year. This year we're going to be paying for him.
Here's a thought. Since Pete Carroll being head coach, he's very good with quarterbacks. I watched new quarterbacks since USC days. They're bringing Justin Fields. He can run. He can throw a little bit. Let Pete Carroll run with him. Let him and get a nice offensive coordinator. Just let him work with him. He's already been in the league, 4 years now? Yeah. Like he don't know the NFL. He's not like a rookie. He just haven't got the chance because he played for a bad team and a bad OC. So bring him in. It'd be cheap.
I want the Eagles to win as a Chargers fan. I think that's everybody else in the AFC West that aren't Chiefs fans. They want the Eagles to win. Gruden was mad when they showed Taylor on TV. He was saying, "I'm about to blow my brains out if they show her again."
I'm with you on that, Jay. Like, Jesus.
It's
Arnie,
annoying.
what's up, Arnie? How you doing, brother? Salute, Jeff. You hear about Bo Hardigree? Yeah, I did hear that. That's a name that they're kicking around. Supposed to be bringing in for one also.
Now, you know what? Bo Hardigree didn't do bad last year for what he had. He was still run off of McDummie's playbook, so he kind of mixed up a little bit. So I didn't know he. I don't know. I'm tired of. I'm
I
tired
know
of
on the defensive side, I heard Martindale also too.
Yeah, but I don't want to see any first timers. You know, like I said a video earlier, no more first time.
Well, Martindale's not a first time DC. That's the thing.
No, I'm talking about Hardigree. Because he's an intern last year. He's a quarterbacks coach, which is kind of good, but do we want to get another first time OC? What do you think? What do you think, Jason?
On the offensive side of the ball, I think he's going to go with somebody that he's familiar with.
Yeah.
So I can see Bevel. Bevel could be a real good option. I still think. I mean, if we're going to draft a quarterback, why not Bobby Slowick? I mean, you know.
Yeah, but he fired Bobby Slowick back in Seattle, though.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
I thought he left. I thought he left the.
No, they let him go.
No, he fired him in Seattle.
So Arnie's question: Who is best case scenario for offensive coordinator? Who's the worst case at OC? Bevel, Bo Hardigree, Mike LaFleur, Bobby Slowick.
Slowick is going to be the worst. Cause I say he was Pete Carroll fired him in Seattle, so I don't know why we bring somebody back you let go.
I mean, I would like Mike LaFleur, but the problem is it's not a promotion for him. So we would have to get the okay from the Rams to even bring him in because it's just a lateral move from OC there to OC here. So I don't know how well that's going to go if the Rams would even allow that. You know,
they allow it, but they go with some compensation. You know that they go want something.
Well, no, they don't have to allow it. That's the thing.
That's it. If they were to okay, you can have them, but give us something in return. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is the same reason why the Cowboys at the time when McCarthy was still the head coach in Dallas, they refused Chicago the opportunity to interview him because, again, it's a lateral movement, and the team that has the rights to that coach can shut it down if it's a lateral. You know, if it was, say, an offensive coordinator from the Dallas Cowboys that was asking, they were asking him for an interview in Chicago, they have to allow it because it's a step up. It's not a lateral. So in my Spurs gear right now, maybe next time. Well, the good thing for the Spurs, I mean, they wear the same colors. You wouldn't even know unless you said it like you just did. Saw a stat every time they show Taylor Swift, the NFL's earned $5 million. I'll tell you what, they've definitely sold a shit ton of Chiefs gear since she's been on. I've been dating him because every time they show her, she's in it, and guess what? All her little fans buy all that crap, so they're making money hand over fist like that. And Pete Carroll likes young QBs, not in that way. He likes them as players. What's up, Mo Valrade? How you doing, brother? Sorry, I just had to add that in case somebody's like, "Oh, he likes young guys." No, I think the other problem I have is just that mystique out there because of his age. Fuck his age. Like I said it the other day, and I said it when I went head to head with Severe on the 50-50 show. I don't care how old the guy is or whoever the person is, whether male or female. If they can do the job, then guess what? The job's yours. If you can't do the job, then I'm not going to hire you. If there was any doubt that he couldn't do the job because of his age, they probably wouldn't have interviewed him in the first place.
You got to remember that Pete Carroll was actually on the list before they both. What's his name? Ben Johnson even came up. He was the first one on the list. Then Ben Johnson came to fold. Then
And I guess yesterday at the press conference, one of the reporters asked Mark Davis, and it's on film him saying it. They asked him, what happened with the Ben Johnson, and he came right out and said that we never formally gave an offer to him to hire him.
Right.
So whether he's telling the truth or not, who knows? But if he's telling the truth, then that makes me feel that Pete Carroll was their choice from the beginning. That's what
Yeah.
that tells me. But they still had to do their due diligence and bring these other guys in for interviews. So I think Pete Carroll was the choice from the very beginning. Once they knew Pete Carroll still wanted to coach again, so
Yeah, but
was Ben Johnson even really an option?
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. Ban me or whatever, boot me or put me in timeout. Tom Brady's running the team pretty much. Pretty much running the team.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me say stop if I lose it. Tom Brady was running the team. He knows Pete Carroll. He played against him. He know how feisty how Pete Carroll is. So he said, we need that kind of coach here now. So he said, Pete Carroll. That's why I think he was the first one on the list before that Ben Johnson thing came up. Ben Johnson used the Raiders for a money grab. Like, well, the Raiders want me, so Bears, what's he going to do? We'll pay 9.6. Okay. So Pete Carroll was actually Tom Brady's first pick. He's the only one that came for a live injury. The first one came for a live injury, not the only one. So,
well, they couldn't do one with Ben Johnson because at the time he was still in the playoffs. So
I don't think
I get that one, but yeah, I mean they still brought in other ones for in-house physical interviews.
Yeah.
I honestly believe the fact that based on what Mark Davis said, again, that tells me that Pete Carroll was their first option without a doubt. And I think the other interviews they conducted, like Ron Rivera, Robert Saleh, I think that wasn't necessarily to see about the head coaching, even though that's how it was listed as. I'm willing to bet they were feeling them out for possible coordinators too, if they were to get Pete Carroll in the house. Dawn?
Oh yeah, I get a chance. Happy birthday to your granddaughter.
So let me just get back through this here. What's up, Vegas? How you doing? JT the Brick said, not signing many of our own free agents. True or false?
We're going to sign them.
I mean, there's definitely some we don't want to bring back. I can tell you right now. Probably some that are going to strap us money wise.
I'm gonna keep pounding the table. Bring back Parham.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys, if you watch the press conference with Spytek, one of his big things was you don't let good players and good talent walk out the door.
No.
So that right there tells me that he's going to do everything he can to get those core good players that are free agents and keep them.
What's up, Blake Oaktown?
I like the way Pete Carroll talked to Max Crosby, only before or after the press conference, about how he was looking him in the eye like, I need you here. I need you here. You can tell, you can tell it said, if anybody else here, I need you here.
Yeah.
To help you run this team.
I mean, you both watched the full press conference, right?
Yeah.
I think the highlight of the press conference, which I didn't know who it was at the time, I thought it was just some random dude in the back screaming out. But now we know it's Marshawn Lynch that did it when he screamed out Raiders. That was the best. And Pete's response is so quick-witted. It's Mark, calm down. I thought it was hilarious.
That's funny. Marshawn's still in the building. He's still there. That's funny.
Well, and that's funny because that's the other thing. I saw another video after the fact of Pete Carroll walking down the hallway with a couple other people around him, and Marshawn's walking right behind him, puts his hands on Pete Carroll's shoulders, and the guy next to him goes, "Oh, we got a special guest for you." And he turns around and he sees it's Marshawn. He had no idea he was even there. Then they gave each other a big hug and everything, and he looked at Marshawn and he goes, Marshawn goes, why do you think I wouldn't even be here for this? He goes, was that you that yelled Raiders in there? He goes, yeah, who else would yell that in the middle of a press conference of yours? So, I mean, it's just funny how to see the interaction there and how much they both respect each other too.
Pete Carroll's a likable person. These players really love Pete Carroll. You don't think you're going to bring some players in, Pete Carroll?
Yep.
I mean,
Blake,
come on,
I
man.
agree with that too. I think we dodged the bullet there with Ben Johnson.
We won't get him in the first place. I don't think. I don't think that was even a viability. It just
Well, especially if what Mark Davis said was true, that we never really even offered him anything.
who believes
You
Mark
know.
Davis these days?
Did you guys see the Leon? Did you see the Leon Cohen press conference?
No.
No.
Oh, I'm so glad we didn't get him.
Look at this.
What did he say?
His facial twitches remind me of Adam Gase. And his eyes. It's just like, whoa. I don't know if he's a head coach or if he's a counselor at the local rehab.
Well, it's so funny because this press conference yesterday with Pete Carroll and John Spytek was in such huge difference as far as just the way they felt relaxed and comfortable, and it looked natural to them versus the press conference when we hired McDumdum. Everything he did that day at that press conference looked forced and fake. About Raider Nation, silver and black, blah blah blah. They had the helmet in front of them and everything. It's like, dude, you can't even fake it. You just look so uncomfortable and so out of place as anything to do with the Raiders organization. Pete Carroll walked in there with just pure confidence. From the moment he walked in the door, if you watch the video of when him and Spytek walk into the facility for the very first time together, they walk in, they're smiling, they're talking. You watch the other idiot walk in there, he looked like he was going to a goddamn funeral. It's just such night and day between the two.
Another thing you notice how the banner was between both of them. Because what Spytek said, I know a coach in high school, 75 years old, and he looked over at Pete Carroll, said, Pete Carroll said, why are you looking at me? Like this is the way they interacted. Even just different from last year when the AP and Telesco was interacting. This was like yeah.
I don't think Telesco and AP ever liked each other from the get-go.
I don't think so neither.
They weren't a good match together, I don't think.
Nah, not even.
Because, based on how AP was and being such not so much a rah-rah guy, but he was all about the silver and black. You grow up as a fan of the team. You carry that mystique with you, especially being, from where he was, watching them growing up. Yeah, he went and played for another team in the NFL, but he still knew what it was like to be a Raider fan and saw us when we were successful. So he knew what the Raider organization was all about. So there was that difference between him and Telesco.
He told David Carr in the game. David Carr, not Derek Carr. David Carr in the game. David Carr was about making negative comments about the Raiders, and why AP was on Giants. He said, "Hey, that's still my team. Don't talk about my team."
Yeah.
While he's playing for the Giants, so I can tell he has a shield in his heart.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not delusional, Chucks. I don't think this is our year yet. You know what I mean? Are we going to be better than last year? I hope so. I'm calling it right now, 5 to 6 wins. Anything above that, I'm fine. Obviously, I'll be happy as can be. But all I care about is I want at least 3 wins in division next season. I want to see us at least beat those 3 teams, at least a win against each of them, or just 3 wins in total. I want 3-3 in division, not 0-6.
No,
because if we go 3-3 in our division, now we're making progress. And again, I keep saying this: how we do as a team starts in our division when our division is this tough between the coaches, the quarterbacks, the defenses, and then just the pure rivalries between all 3 teams. If we go 0-6 again in our division, it's going to be for another bad year.
We could have beat Chiefs twice. We had Denver's on the rope in that first game until Minshew decided to throw the ball up in the air for grabs. We could have been 3-3.
Yeah.
The Chargers, that was just like they pretty much just gave up. Like ain't nobody on this team.
The calling card of the season was the Carolina game.
Oh, that was pathetic. Although that Atlanta game had like 0 spark in it. That was horrible too.
Yeah.
That Monday night game, that was just a tough one to watch.
I know. That was like
I've never been so, I guess I could say, bored. Even though we sat through that 3-0 loss to the Vikings, that one there against the Falcons was just brutal to sit through. It was just so boring. Cowboys analysis. Yeah, tell your owner to trade with us. We'll give you the 6th pick for your 12th, and we'll take Micah Parsons. Fly Eagles fly. Yep. I don't think we're ruining Max's career. I mean, again,
How can you say we're ruining Max's career when we picked him in the 4th round?
yeah,
And nobody else really. He was too skinny. He couldn't tackle. He was a loose cannon. But yet now he's one of the top 5 defensive ends in the NFL.
Yeah, they call him.
But we ruined his career.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still fine if teams come calling looking for him for a trade. I'm listening, and if it's a good offer, guess what? I'm taking it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
People forget we almost traded Howie Long.
Yep, sure
I don't
did.
want to talk about that one.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. Beginning, it was
I don't
going
want to
to
talk about that one.
It was going to in the beginning.
John Brady, yeah. I wish I had that same energy at 73. I'm 55, and I don't even have that fucking energy he's got.
Yeah, Shopkey said, I don't think anybody really disrespected Telesco. He said, I just think that him and AP didn't mesh well. I don't think anybody really disrespected Telesco. I think Telesco getting fired, a lot of it had to do with how he dealt with the interpersonal relationships. And that was kind of one of his downfalls in San Diego or Chargers, wherever they're playing.
Well, he was
according
to reports, he was an introvert. He didn't really communicate to everybody. He's kept to himself. So that's what I'm talking here. I'm not any truth to that, but that's what I was hearing.
Yeah, Arnie, I'm still not sold on Dylan Gabriel. I still rather have Jackson Dodd out of all of those.
Yeah. I'm kind of keeping an eye on Riley Leonard from Notre Dame. He was doing pretty good. He was playing pretty good in the practice too.
Cut Mark.
And he's the only bad thing about him is he's almost a run first, pass second type quarterback. If we can knock that out of him and keep him in the pocket and make throws.
Well, that's the same thing with Milrose, the same person. So,
but like in the championship game against Ohio State, they were running quarterback. They ran quarterback dive like 5 times. That poor kid, he was so beat to death after the first drive, he was puking on the sideline.
Need to catch up on this chat here. Man, I ain't gonna disrespect Telesco. He was good, fellas. Yeah, I mean, he had a good draft this past draft, but we're not paying 5 coaches. That's not what. Because Gruden, we've already settled on. So that's McDaniels, AP, and now this. So that's only 3. I don't know what kind of math, but. I do too. I agree. I still say AOC 12 was the guy. And we never should have even entertained the whole pick and choose thing. That fucking guy. What a waste that was. We had a lot of injuries on the defensive side. Yeah, and that's the other thing, too. That's why I have such respect for Patrick Graham and Leonard, too. I mean, for the injuries and the lack of depth we had on this team, and how we overcame that and still put up a really good defense that kept us in a lot of those games this past season. I give a lot of credit to those guys, and especially, for what they did and how they held that defense together. I mean, they kept us in a lot of games where we still had a chance to win. And that was just a lack of talent on the offensive side and shitty linebackers and no running game. If we had a running game, I'm telling you, this season would have been completely different. Go Birds. Yeah, I want the Eagles to win. And I really hope the Raiders can turn it around. Me too, man. All 3 of us in here think the same thing, too. We can't wait for it. If we think we can get a first round for Max, let him go. Oh, we can get more than just a first round pick. I think we could probably still get this. In all honesty, I believe would be the last draft where we could probably get more than one first round pick for him. Because I think beyond this point, it's going to start to swing the other way where we're going to start getting less and less. You know, unless he turns around and has a season like he's never had before, where he gets 15 sacks, you know, ridiculous tackle numbers and pressures and all that. You know, but I don't see that happening because that defensive front is going to be different now because we're going to have guys coming back from injuries, you know, that didn't get a chance to either play last year or they didn't play the full season last year, like Wilkins. Chason was not here from the very beginning. He came in late in the season. You know, I think that has a lot to do with it too. Kuntz is the other one too. Or your key free agents we need to re-sign. Who do you guys want to see us bring back as free agents? What's your thought, Jason?
Merg, Spillane. It's a coin flip on Hobbs, depending on what kind of contract. It depends with him. Merg, Spillane.
What about Chase?
Chase, I'd sign him. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd re-sign him. He's earned a contract. He earned a contract at the end of the year, the way he played at the end of the year.
Don't forget Coombs too, Chris. What do you think?
Pretty much everything he said, but like you said, Spillane.
Oh, Polamalu.
Forgot about him.
Well, he's a restricted free agent, so
he's a restricted free agent, but
he's restricted. But Spillane, Kuntz, Chason on the defensive side, they should bring those guys back. Merrick, they should bring those guys back. Well, like I said, Apollo is on strict free agent, so in order for him to lose them, some other team has to give him a better offer, and the Bears have to match that offer.
Yeah.
So they're more likely. He wasn't all. He did great. He's a Pete Carroll type guy because he liked those big DBs. So he didn't make a lot of noise for other teams. They're like, hey, look at this guy. So he'll probably bring him back. On the offensive side, I would bring back nobody.
I don't think there's anybody on the offensive side that's a free agent.
There's not?
I would bring back Abdullah as a veteran
That's
leader.
right. Yes. Yeah, and I do agree with that.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I see that.
He's the third back, special teams.
And that veteran presence in the locker room.
He's a pro's pro.
You know? I mean, he came from a winning culture in New England. I think he proved it down the line when he was forced, to start the last few games prior. I'm obviously not the last game because he was hurt, but when he was in there, he was serviceable and he was effective. He's not the guy you're going to put down there as the starter every
not every down. He's not every down back. He's a third down specialist. But he did get 100 yards. The only one that did. And
he did. He did.
Yeah, we're re-signing.
And definitely re-sign Kuntz. And I think Kuntz we can get for cheap because he didn't play much in 2023, but he showed signs of he can be definitely be something big. Didn't play at all this year. So that's why I think if we re-sign him, it's going to be for less money. Well, not for it's not going to be he's not going to break the bank, basically. We can get him on the cheap side.
Well, you got to sign a 1-year prove-it deal because you didn't play it last year.
Exactly.
So see what you got this year.
I got to call my wife real quick.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, everybody's pretty much agreeing the same thing. Spillane, Mooring, Chason. Dart, man, I keep hearing scouts online love him. Yeah, I like Dart. I mean, he showed me in that bowl game. One of the guys I'm on my other live shows during the week, like my Thursday night show with Elvia Raid at 10. Make sure you guys check out his page, his channel. He's been on Dart since I met him, and I always gave him shit at the start, when he first started bringing him up. But then I started paying attention to him because he just kept talking him up so much. I'm like, I got to obviously check this kid out. and he kind of sold me on him. And then I watched him in that bowl game I watched the entire game. I was like, all right, you know what? This kid is possibly, the real deal. So I'm higher on Dart than I am on any other quarterback in this draft. And depending on how he does in the Senior Bowl games, the combine, and his pro days, I think he's going to move up the draft board. So he may end up being like a late first round, very early second round pick. Because right now he's slated for second round pick, but a little bit further back. I think he's definitely moved up a little. Will Howard with Chip Kelly as our OC. What do you think? What's your take on that, Chris?
Chip Kelly not going anywhere. He's going to stay at Ohio State. They want a championship. He's going to stay at college one more time and try to get a head coach job at a college. I don't think he's going back to pros. He tried the pros once already, didn't work out.
Yeah.
He's going to come back. I think he's going to, since they won the chip, I think it's like that's a good chance for him to get another head coach job at another powerhouse football team. So, I don't think Chip Kelly's coming.
Thing is, though, how could we be mad if we get Howard or Champ, etc.? Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't think it will it matter what we get. Well, yeah, obviously, but I think Pete could pretty much work with anybody. I mean, he brings out something in everyone that you're not expecting. I think that's the type of coach he is. He's a motivator, and which is why I wouldn't be opposed to Leonard being given the shot at the DC also, because he can be groomed by Pete Carroll to turn him into a legit defensive coordinator instead of just being an assistant and a defensive line coach. That's if Patrick Graham doesn't come back. I want to see Patrick Graham back here as our DC without a doubt. OC, I don't know what I really want for OC yet. I know I don't want the Turners. I don't want the father-son thing. I'm good with that. I honestly don't know what I really want for an offensive coordinator at this point. But I'm willing to bet we'll have somebody hired within a week from yesterday's press conference. I'm willing to bet it's not going to take long.
I'd probably say by the end of the week we'll have an OC.
Yeah, they can't take long on this because we're again, you got the Senior Bowl this weekend, so I mean,
you got other teams snatching up OCs and DCs as well.
And that's the other thing too. And I fully expect to see Spytek and Pete Carroll and whoever he's keeping from the coaching staff that's there now, or anyone he brings in between now and then, to be at that game to watch these guys. I think we should get T-Mac from Arizona and then get Dart in the second. If he is there, we need a true wide receiver one. If T-Mac's gone, I still think Pete Carroll's favorite type of player is going to be there for us, and that being Will Johnson from Michigan. I mean, that's right up his alley. The two as well as anyone. Pete Carroll loves his secondary guys. He loves his defensive backs. I mean, look at the teams he built in Seattle. That's got Johnson written all over it, in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes with somebody like that, and then we work a trade or a first free agent move to bring in a number one. I still wouldn't mind trading for DK Metcalf, to be honest with you. I'd be all over that one.
Or bring in Chris Godwin.
Oh, Godwin. Yeah. I don't want T. Higgins. He's going to be way too much money.
Yeah,
I think Metcalf. We can get him on the cheaper. I think. So let's see. Is episode going to? Who? Oh, Epps. I'm like episode. Epps. Yeah, I don't see us keeping him. I would be surprised if he's one that we let walk. Max to the Browns for their second. Imagine how the Browns defense would be. Well, yeah, I mean, you're talking about him and Myles Garrett playing opposite. Oh, good God. But again, their situation would be no different than ours at that point. They don't have a quarterback. They'd have a great defense. they'll keep games close, but they got no offense to score the points. Max online. Oh, that's right. He's on right now, isn't he? Offense side, they bring back nobody. Quote of the day. Yeah, true. There's nobody on the offense, man. Parham can go. Fucking James can go. James, you could probably trade away to somebody because there's somebody out there is going to need a center, even though he's a bum. Man, my best friend's a Raider fan. I'm an Eagles fan. He always tells me about this Byron Young guy on the Eagles practice squad. That still pisses me off, the whole Jalen Carter thing. I just watched him play this weekend. It's like, are you shitting me? This is the guy that we could have had at number 7. Instead, he makes it to number 10, and number 7, we take Tyrone Wilson. Oh, God. Or Tyree Wilson.
I think we passed on him because of the whole street racing thing, and it's too close to the Henry Ruggs incident.
Yeah, and then the one thing people always say to me is, well, the Eagles were in a really good spot for defense, so they could take a chance on him. We suck too, so what was the difference? We still could have taken a chance on him, and guess what? That would have worked out beautiful. Not saying he'd be the same caliber player because we didn't have the pieces around him, but we'd be getting them now, that's for sure. Man. How about those Chiefs?
I think that street racing incident when he was in college is what caused us to, like a few of the other teams, to let him slide, because it was he really didn't have any remorse for what happened, and he kind of was blaming other people, like not taking responsibility for his own actions. And then I think not too long after the draft, did he get caught was it shoplifting or something? Or no, him and his girlfriend were doing fraudulent. They were going through the self-checkout. Yeah, it was shoplifting. They were going through the self-checkout, and they would ring up 4 items and walk out with 10 in the self-checkout at Walmart. So there are some the character issues was what, and if Mark Davis is going to be steadfast with that, I can't argue that. I can't argue if he's gonna say, hey, we're not gonna bring in a guy that's got huge character issues, got domestic violence issues, or any of that. They're not coming to this organization. I don't care. I'm gonna do her.
So JT56, man, Chief, Eagles finally get their revenge in a couple of weeks. I'm so excited. I think we're all hoping for that one. That's for damn sure. I don't know, man. That Eagles defense, I think they could really rattle the cage in Mahomes. I really do.
It's going to be 26 right, 26 left, 26 right, 26 left.
Yeah.
Run the damn ball. And the Buffalo Bills ran the ball more in the late third, early fourth quarter, they would have won that game. Even with them pissing away 4 points on an extra on a conversion, they would have still won that game.
Yeah, because Cook was running the ball pretty good. He was actually running the ball pretty well through the middle. And all of a sudden, they just went away from that. Why are you throwing all the time? Let him run it. Doing 4th down and 1s. Why are you getting?
They got down by 7
points. Running. I know he is a running quarterback, but give it to that's what you pay these guys to do. A running back. Let him run the ball 1 yard.
Yeah, Buffalo's version of the tush push isn't all that good. Plus, they were showing in the broadcast of how Spagnuolo actually deciphered how they do their tush push, and he loaded up. He always puts the ball in his left hand and dives between the center and the left guard. So that's where they put all the pressure in the middle, right in that spot. How many times they run that play? 5?
Yeah, nothing like the Eagles. I mean, shit, the Eagles will run that. They'll run that in one series 5 times.
Yeah, but the Eagles do it the right way.
The Eagles are so proficient at that. You can't stop that.
Brother and for wishing, that was called a Bush push from USC. Pete Carroll did.
Oh yeah.
And they try to make it illegal in NCAA and say, well, that's not illegal. So that's what originally. I mean, I don't say it originally came from, but Pete Carroll installed that in the USC program.
I know the
the-
NFL's been talking about coming up. How can you outlaw that? It's a legit play. It's a QB sneak, but just more power to it.
The
What's
only thing
difference?
you can't do is pick up the who's carrying the ball, pick them up and carry them. You can push them,
Yeah,
but you can't carry
pull
them.
them. Yeah, you can't
You
carry
can't
them.
pull them or carry them. Yeah.
If you
So-
can push a running back at any point on the field in the if they're running still forward and not been turned around and running backwards, if they can do that with no problem, then there's no reason why they can't do it at the line and just keep pushing forward. It's the same difference if you're doing it in an open field or you're doing it right there at the line. You know,
especially almost like blocking. You just pushing the blocker in front of
yeah,
you. Because you see right guards and left tackles and right guards push each other to another block. So what difference does it make?
no.
They should change the rule that only one teammate can push.
Hey, what's up,
No
Silver?
more than one.
I think they should just leave it as is. You got a problem with it, learn how to do it yourself. That's how I look at it. And if you got a problem with it, you better be able to fix it on your defensive side.
I'll
you
tell
got
you
JT's
what.
right though.
Hey, listen. I'll tell
It
you
is the
what.
oldest play.
Listen to this. I'll tell you what. So this scenario, the Eagles are down by 6 points, and it's like 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They're on a 1 yard line. They shoot that play and win the game. Watching the NFL Nation say, "Oh, that's illegal play." Guaranteed. If Eagles beat the Chiefs on a push, oh no, we got to change the rules. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Watch.
I agree. Let's see. Yeah, make sure you guys get over to Chris's channel there. That's Chris, the number 4 Raiders. He's streaming live right now also, this show. So go over there, subscribe, hit the like on that, give him a watch.
I just I got a new emblem, guys. I just put it up. So let me know. I did a video about that. Let me know if you like. If you hate it, I'll take it down, put another one up. But yeah, I'm trying to customize my stations. It look good like your boy Jeff here.
How you all feel about the Raiders O-line? I think it sucks, except for JP, Jay, Glaze, and Miller. The two guards, man. That's our weakness. Guards.
Yeah.
Our guards.
And Parham.
And that's what we need to fill in free agency. I mean, you
Parham's
guys feel
the
different?
biggest liability.
Oh, he's horrible.
He's like 200.
Meredith actually did pretty good.
I don't know how. I didn't think he was that small. 280 pounds. Shit, he got fullbacks bigger than that. What?
Yeah, but he ain't got no weight on the backside.
No. And he stands upright too fast coming out of his stance.
Thanks, Thor.
So he gets thrown off balance right away. He has no leverage, which is why he gets overrun so often. I'm telling you, when I watch the Raiders play, when I watch us play on offense, my eyes, I can't help it, but my eyes just automatically go right to Parham, and I don't even see the other part of the play half the time because I'm so focused on him because he just annoys the shit out of me. It's like, how is this guy a professional offensive lineman? I just don't get it.
What game we watch it? What game we watched? It was a watch party. You was on there, me, you, and on turf, and you just watching him, and you just going off. What game was that?
No, I remember. You tell me. It was pretty much every game I ever watched.
I thought we had a watch party. I was on the watch party with you guys. Like, oh my god, this guy.
There had to be probably like a Monday night game or the Black Friday game, because if it was a Sunday, I wasn't home watching. I was at the bar with the club.
Oh, okay, you probably was there, but yeah, you talked about the next time you got on live. Like, Jesus. Yeah.
Mailata, former rugby player, is the reason the tush push is so successful. Hurts always leans to the left on it, and Mailata gets 5 yards downfield every time. Yeah, that makes sense too. I think it was more effective when Jason Kelsey was in there too. Definitely. I mean,
that is a rugby play. Come think of it, it's rugby. Yeah,
it is.
That's how they.
It really is.
Yeah.
You're just getting down low and trying to outmuscle the guy in front of you, and then you got pushes from behind, just like a giant scrum as they're going down. Let's see, slow-mo, man. Shlomo. Kellen Moore going to have the Eagles forget that they can run the ball at the Super Bowl. Yeah, I hope not. I stick to your bread and butter, man. That's what did it for you this season.
That's how they got there, yeah.
Yeah, but guy
doing, brother?
had one of the best seasons in NFL history you ride that horse all the way to the end.
Oh, hell yeah, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jesus. So smoke.
And that's one of the things with the
hit
Bills.
the like on it for you.
The Bills got away from it, and they had that defensive line. They were all on the sideline, leaned over, breathing hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, next series, come out, run it some more. Run it. Just keep running it. No, they started passing on it. And the Bills don't – Matt Collins was their number one receiver in that game. You know, nothing against Mac. I mean, I liked him when he was with us for a minute, but, you know.
Draft God in the third round and sign free. Oh, I definitely want Humphreys from KC. If we can peel him away from them and offer him a good amount of money to make him not want to look back at KC, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But
kind of like last year, some of these offensive guards are gonna want tackle money.
5'10", 270 pounds. Who's this?
Yeah, Jason, you can probably answer this because I know you watched it. I wasn't home. It says, did you all see the OG Lampkin at the Senior Bowl hold his weight today? He's 5'10" and 270 pounds. Christ, he's 2 inches shorter than I am. I'm 6 even.
Yeah, but see,
I got about 100 pounds on him.
Yeah, but that's against other college players. That's against other college players. Put him against these other guys in the NFL. I don't know he'll match up, man, because he's gonna go against these other guys in the NFL. That's different.
Jason, do you remember seeing this guy today?
Yeah, I watched a little bit, or I watched the part they were talking about that as well. He's, because of his size, he kind of sticks out a little. Well, he doesn't stick out, but he's a nasty little dude. He's just a scrapper,
So he's like JPJ, basically. He's aggressive.
Yeah, but if you lean on him with 320 pounds, grown man, it's going to wear on him.
That's what I was saying.
I mean, and we all know our defensive tackles in the NFL are a hell of a lot bigger than some of these college kids too.
Yeah. Like when I played in high school, I weighed 225 playing offensive guard, and I'd go up against guys 265, 270. And I'd hold my own for the first quarter or two, but after a while, man, those thighs, your back are starting to get a little tired. And it's like now, and they're just barely sweating, Yeah.
How's the muscle build on this kid, this Lampkin?
He's pretty tight. Yeah, he's pretty solid.
Yeah. Does he have a wallet in his pocket? You know what I'm saying? Does he have a big, backside stuff?
Big ass, in other words.
I didn't want to say. You said it.
Not like Lincoln.
5'10", dude.
It's not like Lincoln Kennedy, but yeah.
I mean, a few years ago, I was down to 275 myself, and I wasn't as big as I used to be at that point. But I put it all back on now. But at 270, I didn't have a big ass. So
here's the thing.
5 foot. Well, though at 5'10", 270, yeah, that extra 2 inches shorter.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay. You know what? You draft guards of what. Would you draft guards of what you're going to run, what you're going to do? If you're going to be a power run team, that 5'10" and 270 is not going to work. If you're going to be a zone blocking, we got to move your feet, which Parham is supposed to be good at, then he'll probably fit. But what are you going to run? You want power or you going to run a zone? So they got to get the guy that can do what they want to do. They want power. Get a bigger guy.
Yep. Interior O-line is so important. You got to force guys like Chris Jones and Carter. They'll disrupt everything. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, those two guys, they're like, especially Chris Jones. He's like in a league of his own, that guy.
Well, JPJ had them pretty good when he played each other. He had those skills on against them. So,
all right. So Max Crosby just had his podcast. He said he's confirmed he's on board with Pete Carroll as head coach and said it was rehabbing my injury. I was rehabbing my injury, seeing this dude run and move. He ain't no 73-year-old. I'm ready.
I tell you, he moves better than some 50-year-old guy, so get out of here with that old age.
I told you, he's more active than I am. Hell yeah. And he's got me by almost 20 years. The only runs Bills did in the end was QB sneaks up the gut, and they failed. Oh yeah, those were horrible. Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah.
That was pathetic. Cotter at 6. I hope so, but if I'm the Raiders, I'm looking at a second round tackle. Move them to guard. He's using his size to anchor down. That's all. Big, smaller guy ain't always the bad thing. Yeah, true. Well, if you're small, you're gonna have leverage on the bigger guys. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
But they do that bull rush on you, you're pretty much screwed. So they gotta watch out for that.
This right here, this next quote from JT56, and that I agree with that too.
Yeah.
You know, the smaller guy in stature like that, a lower weight, he's got probably the explosiveness and the speed to be able to pull and be the lead block for your running back or a quarterback doing a sweep, you know, or helping set up a screen. You know, I didn't even think of that. That's a good point. That's a real good point.
They'll say if you run zone,
you want an athletic offensive lineman.
You play zone, you can run those schemes and stuff like that. It has to be a good fit for him. But if you're on power, you won't be able to do it. I don't think, my opinion. I don't know. I'm gonna go to the steamboat and arm wrestle the guy, see how strong he is.
Silver Smoke. I want to use a second round pick for Dart, not the whole line. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, that is an immediate need. I mean, if he's that small of an offensive lineman, there's a chance he could fall back even further. You know, so we won't have to necessarily get him that soon. Come here, Gracie. Come here.
Well, you know what Pete Carroll's the head coach right now. I don't care what quarterback they take. I was like skeptical about who's going to be their pick for the quarterback right now. Because Pete Carroll has turned quarterbacks around in college and in pro, so they can pick it. They can even take Jalen Milroe. He can turn him around a little bit. But like I said, it doesn't matter. Now, to me, my opinion, what quarterback they take. You just don't take him too early. Just don't trade up to get Sugar Sanders at number 1. Yeah, no, stop that. Don't even do it.
I still think Aiden O'Connell's going to be the starter.
Oh yeah.
I just don't see us pulling anything in a free agent that makes sense money wise. Not even not even like talent. I'm talking money's the issue. You know, money is definitely the issue because you want to fill these other major voids. You know, AOC is definitely serviceable enough. There's no two ways about it. I just see us building the defense better, even better than what it was in the last season. You know, I think that's a positive step, and that's kind of like the MO for Pete Carroll too. Is he invests the time and the effort to get his defense great, and then everything else tends to fall in place. I won't disagree with the number 1 wide receiver. We definitely need a number 1 wide receiver so Jacoby can move back to being a 2. You know, so I mean that and addressing the running backs. That's we can do that in the draft very easily, and we can wait until the 3rd round and beyond to get a good running back that could potentially be an actual starter in the NFL with no problem. There's that much talent. I mean, Chris, you were on that night when Turf was running through the list, how the running backs.
It was crazy.
We were on the 4th page. We were in the
35. The 35-40 range was still running a 4.3, 4.4. Like
these guys have still got speed, and they weren't little dudes either. They were some heavier backs, you know. So the talent's there. Might as well put Lampkin at fullback and not a guard. Connor's there at 6. We better take him. Darrell Bevel is in the building for an interview for OC. Him and Pete won Super Bowl. Well, I mean, if that's the way we go, that's the way we go. I trust Pete Carroll to put the right guys in the right position to help this team. My faith is all in him. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh no, we should play this guy." We should. I trust what he wants to do and who he brings in. How do you guys feel on that?
I'm the same way, but as a fan, it's still kind of nice to go, I want that guy, or I want this guy, or I want that guy.
I get that, yeah.
You know, it's still fun to do that. Because, like, right now, we were just talking about guards, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but we were talking about guards, and I was like, well, you know, I think we could probably get Tate Ratledge in the 3rd round. And he'd be perfect at guard.
And we got 2 picks in the
First.
3rd round too, so that helps.
Yeah, and he's a mauler, just gritty, grimy, you know. So yeah, I like Tate Ratledge as a guard. We can get him in one of the first 3 rounds. I don't think second round. I wouldn't move up in the second. I wouldn't take him where we're at in the second round.
Nah,
There's
that's
gonna
why
be
I
he's not a top 50 pick.
the guard.
Yeah, he's a guard.
Yeah,
He's
no,
a
I
junior.
agree.
He's junior coming out. He's in run blocking is massive. You know. So I'd like to see him maybe aim for Ratledge in the 3rd round.
The low man saying Lampkin held up versus Deion Walker, 6'7", 345, and Walter Nolan.
He's gonna hold up in practice, and it's just 1 or 2 reps at a time. I'm talking about when you're 6'5", 270 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, come the 2nd, 3rd quarter, are you still blocking him, or what are you doing here? Because the guy is moving you now. Because you know, leverage and size does matter when it comes to offensive line.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, fellas, I'm gonna have to bust out of here. I gotta go pick up my son.
All right, man.
All right.
And you guys,
Well, thanks for dropping
Take it easy.
in for the hour and
Yeah.
15 minutes you were
Yeah.
here with us. Appreciate it.
blessed to be a part of your guys'. Chris,
Anytime, man. Anytime I go on,
Yeah.
Hit me up. I'll gladly. I'll bring anybody on that wants to talk. So I don't have a problem with it.
Well, you don't want
I
to
like
bring
to
in
chat
Charles
like
Manson.
this and
You'll
interact with
be-
the chat. That's what it's all about. It's all about getting everybody's input and get everybody's.
I think I'm gonna have to
voices.
get me a new headset here because Chris is making me look bad with his headset there.
What? No. I'm gonna look at that. These some cheap beats. These are gonna cost like $130. These are cheap ones.
Oh, this is even cheaper. What I got, $29.99 at Chevron.
You know what? Get yourself a set of these.
No, my wife
Those are
would kill me
over.
if I
Yeah,
spend
but they're
money
over.
like that on.
These weren't that expensive. These were only like $40. They're over-the-air Bluetooth
Okay.
earbuds.
Yeah.
I go to
Yeah,
sleep with these in.
I got the same
I
thing.
fall asleep listening to music with them at night.
Yeah, these
I
are
just
they
got
want
the
for free.
I just got the necklace thing. That goes
They're
with
I
like
have
30,
to
like I
go
said,
too.
30. I got $30 for these. They work pretty good.
Alrighty, boys. We'll talk at you
All right,
later.
thanks, Jason. You have a
All
good
right,
day,
man.
man.
Take it easy,
Take
Jason.
care. Let's see. He's not stoked about Carroll being head coach and sound like he is all in. Oh, so that's Max. Bills got robbed on that run for the first. Yeah, that was kind of pathetic Sunday. That was definitely a first down.
Yeah, but everybody's talking about that.
Yeah. No matter how long Pete Carroll will be with the Raiders, if he's able to establish a good culture in that building, it'll all be worth it. Absolutely.
Absolutely, J2. Yep, you get a star for that. A star. That's exactly what you're going to do. That you're going to build a new culture, a culture. We said we already got a Raider culture. Yeah, we got a Raider culture, but we don't have a culture of winning. We
What's up, SoCal style? How you doing, brother?
That's what we need. Salute. Hey, salute, SoCal. We need a culture of winning. What if you like to win a lot or win games?
Mm-hmm.
So that's culture.
Bevel as our OC, Lennon as our DC. Who would you run it back with on defense? Yeah, you talking players, Arnie? Because I'm not sure I follow that. Joe Black, trade Max. Told you. You weren't here before, but I definitely on board. If somebody's calling looking for him. If the offer's too good to pass up, you got to take it. AOC 4 looked better under high degree than AOC 12 under turn. Is true or false? Yeah, I would say the tail end of the 2023 season when he stepped in to take over.
The play call was different. The play call was different. They had different plays in there, but like I said, he still was going off of Big Dummy's playbook, so he couldn't really make his own plays. He went from that.
But also, to his defense too, he had a running back because Jacobs was still here at that point. The offensive line was a little bit better. The system was better.
He didn't play much in because it was hurt, so he didn't play that much.
Yep.
But he still was there.
Silver Smoke. I'm bringing back Splain, Mooring, Adam, Butler, and Hobbs. Jason as well. Sign Harris, draft Henderson, and Tajay Brooks. Need better running back room. Oh, yeah, we do. Najee Harris is my number one to bring in for free agent.
I was looking at that. He won't cost much. I look at the free agent list. He won't cost much.
Is Dobbs even still playing? Isn't that the one that went to was like the savior in Minnesota a couple of years ago, and then he just kind of vanished? Oh no, he went to Arizona, and then he just kind of vanished again.
You talking about the receiver or quarterback?
Quarterback.
Yeah,
Josh.
Yeah,
Dobbs.
he went to the Redbirds. What are they called? Cardinals.
Yeah, Silver Smoke. Those are the two running backs I wanted in this draft. Judkins and Scatterbo. Those are the two that intrigued me the most. Was he the play caller who decided to throw on the goal line versus the Pats in the Super Bowl? Oh, I don't remember that one.
Hey, Ray Rebels in the building. You gonna bring him on? He's in here.
I haven't gotten that far down yet. I didn't know he was here.
My
Trying
chat's
to get through all these. Let me see if this.
my chat's going up. My chat's going out real quick. It's like I don't know what it is. It's like you say something, I see it like I see another one 10 lines down. Like, dang.
Well, because I'm scrolling back up because I keep clicking on them and keep saving where I'm going. Because you're seeing it as it's coming in live, unless you're scrolling too.
Hey Billy, salute Billy. Yeah, I'm looking at mine too. So salute Billy Davis. How you doing?
Listen, drafting a running back is pointless if you don't get an O-line. Look at the defense. The difference with Saquon. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I agree with that. Bevel offense was good 10 years ago. Don't need retreads. Need young creative play callers. Tate Ratledge is one of Bauer's closer friends too.
Who's that?
What is your floor for Carroll first year? I say 5 to 6 wins. I've called it already on another show too. I said 5 to 6. I would be okay with that.
I like to see more. I like to see wins, but I also want to see him be more competitive. That's what I want to see. Like playing the game to the end. If you lose a game on a field goal, okay, fine. But you played the whole game competitively. You didn't just stop playing.
Yeah.
Second half.
Silver Smoke says 3 wins. Oof. Yeah. What's up, Billy? How you doing, brother?
Minute. 3 wins? That's worse than last year. We had 4. Oh, we digressing? Yeah, we digressing?
We got a good head coach, a proven head coach, and we just went backwards.
We supposed to progress, not deep.
But question: are those 3 wins in division? If they're 3 wins in division, then I might not be so upset about it. What's up, Raider Rebel? How you doing, brother? Let's see. Zamir White looked way better on the bow. Also, yeah, he did. This year, it was like he wasn't even there. GT56, we need to draft 1 solid guard and sign 1 in free agency that will solidify our O-line. And we draft Judkins and Scatterbo and bring in Najee Harris. Yeah, Najee Harris is your veteran presence back there along with Abdullah. You could have a really big running back room coming up because you keep McCormick, you keep Abdullah, you bring in Harris, you draft these 2 running backs. Now you get the pick of the litter what you want to do each week.
The running back room, the run we saw with Turf pulled up, the running back room we saw, there's gonna be a lot of UDFA running backs, a lot. Because that running back room is full. That's only 40 of them. Couldn't imagine the rest of the list. What was that guy we saw? I forgot his name was, but he was 6'3", 230 pounds, and he was like a 4'4". Remember
the running backs?
Yeah, that Turf told you 6'2".
Oh God, I don't remember names at all.
I got
to
go to the numbers. I go list. He was like 6'2", 230 pounds, and run a 4'2" or 4'4". Like damn.
Billy, we started the show off just talking about how we felt about. Well, first of all, we started the show off by wishing my granddaughter a happy birthday because today she turns 5. So my wife was on camera with me at the start because my son was home watching the start of this with her. So Grammy and Grampy just wanted to give her a shout out for her birthday. But no, we transferred into talking about, or transformed into talking about the press conference from yesterday, how it made us feel. Like, were we happy about it, pissed off, whatever. Everybody's on pretty much the same page that they're happy with it. As far as the vision that he's set going forward, like everybody's personal take on what they felt from his one-on-one with JT and the Brick, and Eric Allen after, when he sat down to talk with them. And I got my feelings on what he said there, that I don't see him selling the farm to go and get a quarterback. That's what I took from what he said. That he's more willing to work with what's in-house and put right pieces around him, around the players that are there now, both sides, offense and defense.
That's
and then we're just evolving into draft talk and free agent talk, and so we're kind of we're running the gambit on everything.
And that's what Spytek mentioned. He won't keep the good players in the building. He will make sure that the good players stay.
Yeah,
and get better players. So the whole idea, the press conference, the reaction, it was a lot different than last year and the year before. Like, well, a couple years ago we got McDummy. It was more positive this one than it was for McDummy, and probably a little more than AP.
Let's see.
So I'm excited. 3 wins, huh? Yeah, I don't think so.
I hope it's, like I said, I'm picking 5 to 6 for next season. Think so.
I'm picking 12-5 to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm picking. I ain't gonna put no money on it, but I'll pick it.
Arnie, I would be pissed at that move if that's what ends up happening. So, would you be mad if we trade Max and our 6th first-round pick for the first pick in the draft? Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
That is the wrong way to go about that.
No.
Because now you're giving away a proven talent and a first-round pick to move up to number 1, 2, or 3, and hope that you get one of those two quarterbacks, or one specific, for get that player, and then they're going to sit for at least a year, maybe more. Who knows? Or they may never pan out.
Well, Arnie,
when you've already got a hot commodity in Max, why would you do that? That I'm not blaming you. Don't take it like I'm getting mad at you. It's just that's one of those nonsense things that past regimes in this team would have done. That's what scares me. So it's not far-fetched for the Raiders to do something like that. But I pray to God that's not it.
But check this out. Arnie, Spytek just said he wants to keep our best players in the building. Max is the best player on the building. And then you look at what Pete Carroll looked at him and said to him, I need you here. He didn't say it, but you could tell in his eyes. He said, no, I need you here. You're not going nowhere. So,
what he just said. No QB in this draft is legit or worth the 6th round in generational talent like Mad Max.
Absolutely correct.
You want to talk about setting the team back. And I would be willing to bet that Pete Carroll would not be on board with doing that either.
Nope. Pete Carroll's defensive coach, so he wants defense.
Later, JT56. Thanks. I appreciate you, brother. Make sure you hop over to Chris's channel, too. Chris 4 Raiders. Subscribe to his channel, too. We're going to get his subs up, too. Appreciate it, JT56. You have a good afternoon, brother. Thanks for being in here. Thanks for adding content and questions. I appreciate that.
Thank you, JT6. Have a good day.
Oh, what's up, Tony? How you doing today, brother?
Hey, Tony.
Let's see. Joey Day, what's up, man? LA Raiders are in trouble. Las Vegas are in trouble for a while with no QB. I don't know. Are we, though? Are we? I mean, people tend to forget that, you look back at teams like Baltimore when Flacco was their quarterback. He didn't have superstar stats, and they won the Super Bowl. They had a killer defense.
Yep.
Look at Tampa Bay when they had Brad Johnson. He did just enough to not make mistakes and just enough to score when they really needed to score, and the defense did the rest of the work. You don't have to have a team full of superstars to win. If you've got ultimate dominant control on one side of the ball, like the defense, you can stop pretty much any team out there if you're that dominant. I mean, look at the Bears in '85. They didn't have that great of a quarterback in McMahon. They
Nope.
had the
Nope.
best defense in the league, probably still to this day, the best defense for an entire season of football. And they shut down teams. They shut down the Patriots in the Super Bowl. The Patriots couldn't even get out of their own way that game. You look at some of these teams that have won Super Bowls, it's been because of their defense. If the Chiefs win it all this year, it ain't going to be because of their offense. It's going to be because their defense was able to stop the Eagles and get the ball back with good field position for the Chiefs to do what they need to do. It's not always about the quarterback. You can win with a shitty quarterback. Teams have proven it. It can be done. These days of, we got to draft the best quarterback available. No, you don't. I'm sorry. This team can still be successful with AOC 12.
Who's to say that he played well in college? He threw me all these yards, all these touchdowns, everything else. Who does say he can translate to the NFL? Nobody knows this for sure. Look at CJ Stroud. He came in the league in his first year, rookie year, and blew it up. Team saw the tape. Team saw the film. Oh, we know what he does. We know his tendencies. The same thing's going to happen to Jaden Daniels. Next year, he might have a decent year, but teams are going to watch those play callers and what he does. What's his tendencies? He always look to his right. He always run it. They're gonna adjust to that. So you might not have a phenomenal like that this year.
I still think Jaden Daniels, I think, is still going to be good no matter what.
No, yeah, I'm gonna say he's gonna be good. I say he's gonna have a phenomenal year like this year. I'm gonna say he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good next year, but he's not gonna be phenomenal like he was this year. And like I said, who would have said the quarterback coming out of college like he's number one pick? You know, number one picks from college are successful in the Super Bowl. Zero. Okay.
Yeah, our history drafting number one quarterbacks is horrible. I like.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Wait. Back up. You said what now?
I said our past history has not been successful in drafting first-round quarterbacks.
Man, you talking about Jamarcus Russell? Come on, man.
Jamarcus Russell, Todd Marinovich. I mean,
I was pulling your hair, man. I know we have been horrible.
Can't count Plunkett because we didn't draft him. I'm talking about players we physically draft. I like this question from young DB94. What pick at number 6 would make you turn the TV off? Chris, which one? If we pick this player, it would make you go, what the fuck, and shut your TV off and walk out.
Is Shedeur Sanders fall number 6? I'll go and watch Shedeur Sanders now. So that would be my number one pick. Or the he's not coming out, is he? Carson, I'll say Carson Beck, but he's not coming out.
No. What pick at number 6 would make you turn the TV off? Which means, like I said, you'd be so mad because it was such a shitty pick that we never should have picked that guy. And you just storm out and shut your TV off and go, fuck it, I'm going in the house. I don't want to watch this. You're leaving your he shed.
I really can't say. I mean, I don't want to pick a quarterback at number 6, so let's say no. I don't know because they right now Shedeur is falling down. I know they say number 5 now, but I don't know. Really, be honest with you, I can't think of anybody.
I can tell you mine right away. Shedeur Sanders. If Sanders is our pick at number 6, I'd be pissed. And you're going to see it firsthand because I plan on being on live, whether it's on this show with myself or whoever's on with it, or if I'm on with Turf or whoever. You're going to see if that's the pick at number 6, you're going to see me get up and probably walk away from the camera for a few minutes because that will set me off because then I think we're going in the wrong direction already. And it's the first, well, besides free agency, it's going to be one of the first things that this coaching staff and front office is going to have a choice in for this team. That would fucking rip me up. That would destroy me right there.
I gotta look at the history.
I don't want to think about it. That's a good question, though, young DB 94. I like that. Let's see. Crosby and Pete were laughing and happy, shaking hands, and then Max talked about him on the Rush podcast. It sounded like Stokes feud. Yeah. With Brady involved, I think the Raiders are going to be winners. Yeah, I don't want to admit it, but I don't want to admit the fact that it's going to take Brady to do it. But that's all signs are pointing that way. That's for damn sure. Trading up to get Sanders would make me turn the TV off, but after I calm down, I'd still be repping for. Oh yeah, it's not going to change that part either. Silver Smoke. I would never stop rooting for the Raiders. I'm still going to be here as a Raiders fan, still doing what I'm doing here with content and everything. But I'm not going to be happy. But I will tell you this: when it comes down later on down the road, where come to find out he was a shit bum pick, I'm going to be like, I fucking told you so. That I will not be I will not relent on that. That I will continue to fucking push for. Spy Tech is looking everywhere for franchise QB and free agency, draft to trades. Lincoln Kennedy said, we will be in mediocrity until we find our franchise QB. Everybody with the worrying about the QB. NC 12 playing next year and draft QB dart. That I have no problem with. Let's see. Sophomore slump. For example, Philly is in the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. Haha, not the best QB and shit stats. I don't know. QB, good QB this draft.
I'm looking at Pete Carroll's draft histories.
Yeah.
He dropped more defense than the offense in his first round.
And that's pretty much what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
He likes to focus on one side of the ball and then add in little pieces here and there to the other side to make them competitive, but it's through the defense, you know.
Yeah, he picked more defense. He picked a couple of first rounders, but offense. But he picked more defense than offense.
But why though? If he falls to number 6, obviously you're talking about Schroeder or why I said that would be the one that would make me want to turn the TV off. I think he's overrated. I really do. I think there's too much hype on him because of his name. I have this bad feeling, and again, I've said this earlier, I just can't put my finger on it why. But I've just this bad feeling that he is going to be a bust. If he's not, and he turns out to be this unbelievable superstar in the future, I will admit I was wrong. But as of right now, that's just my personal feeling. I just don't like it. I am just not in on it at all. At all. I don't like the fact of drafting a player that doesn't even, you're not even considering putting them on the field in the first, the first season he's with us. If it was a later first round pick, I'd lighten up a little bit. But when you're talking about picking in the top 10, those top 10 players are usually geared for players that are going to have an immediate impact on your team, because that means you're getting the most value for your pick. Not I'm drafting him now, but in 2 years he's going to start. You just lost time. When I could have had a guy out there like, say, Jalen Carter on defense, where he's playing year one, in rookie year he puts up 15 sacks. Second year he puts up 15 to 20 sacks, and he's a dominating force on the defense opposite of Max, and they're having an impact, and they're still winning games because the defense is so good. But now here comes our new quarterback. We're finally going to give him a chance to start, and he sucks. Or we're getting wins, but he doesn't make he's making the same mistakes as past quarterbacks. So how's that value for that pick? I value my draft picks. That's how I look at it. And I don't value my draft pick going towards a quarterback, especially one of those two.
We can't get a quarterback who sits in the pocket, gets sacked all the time, and you put defense on the field constantly. We can't get a quarterback who always turning the ball over. That makes the defense worse.
Here's what kills me. Supposedly he's a scrambler. He can get out of the way. He had negative 35 yards rushing.
No, he's not scrambling. No, he was never scrambling.
In the bowl game.
No, he wasn't
35.
scrambling.
That means when he got sacked, he was running backwards the wrong fucking way.
Shadur Sanders not that athletic. He was never a scrambler. He can move around the pocket a little bit, but when he gets pressure, he runs backwards instead of trying to run forward. But like I said, you can't.
Channel.
I don't thank you. You thanks, Tony. You can't sit there and have a quarterback just hold the ball, especially with our team, O-line. We can't have a quarterback do that. We need a quarterback that can manage football. Let the defense help you out. Because we won a lot of games last year due to the defense, but the offense couldn't score. All they need is a thorough quarterback to get the ball down the field, score a touchdown, hold on to the ball. Don't throw
Sanders
it away.
is going to be next year's biggest bust. I'm telling you, that's my feeling. I'm sorry. Even especially if he goes to Cleveland. Oh, good God help him.
Well, quarterback's going to die, right?
Yeah, exactly. Sanders may be great. Imagine Sanders on Georgia. He played it for Colorado. Yeah, I mean, if he would have played anywhere else, I don't know. Crosby to the Lions. Yeah, I'll take picks. So he will go Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan. I bet money. Yeah, I bet money on him. Oh my God. For who will be there at 6. That's exactly who I think he's going to take. Silver Smoke. I've been saying it now for a few days. Even before we hired him, that if that's one of the guys I want in the first place. But that's now that it's definitely Pete Carroll. That's right up his alley, man. That's the type of player he goes for. He loves defensive backs. I mean that's. I just can't see him making any other pick. I mean that kid's fucking talented. It's just not staying.
Well, he was a DB coach, so he knows DBs. He is a DB coach, so he knows his DBs.
Well, and that's the position he played when he played in college too.
Yeah, Pacific. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Hope Hurts' knee is 100%. Yeah, me too, man. Final 4 teams in the playoffs all have franchise quarterbacks, elite ball player, and great defense. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with that. But I mean, in all honesty, I'd be easy on saying all 4 because Jaden Daniels is a rookie quarterback. That's his rookie year. He's the hot new sensational thing. So I'd have to give him a couple more seasons before I put him in the elite ball, quarterback position. Again, he's still a rookie. We'll see what happens next year if he comes out the same way. But I still think he's going to be good going forward.
That's what I said.
Probably would have. Yeah, maybe. I'd rather watch females football. Lingerie Bowl? Hell yeah, I'd watch that all day long.
I used to watch it. They still come on. I used to watch it all the time.
But so who's the QB1 next year? I mean, right now, just based on who's on the roster, it's AOC 12. That's who he's the one that's there now. He would give you your best option based on who's in the locker room for the quarterbacks right now.
So you think they're gonna cut Minshew? They're gonna cut ties with him?
Minshew's gone. I can't. That's not Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones. Oh my God, Pete Carroll's type of quarterback. Rumors are Spike Tech bringing in Kyle Trask to compete with AOC 12 plus draft Dart in the second round. Do you like our QB? I like our QB room now because AOC 12's still in there. I tell you, I'm a big supporter of AOC 12. Just give the kid a fucking chance with a line to protect him and receivers to throw to other than Bowers and Jacoby Myers and a fucking legit running game. It could be a different situation. I mean, you saw what it was like last season when we had a not last season, 2023 season, when we still had a running game. The line was a little bit better than what it was this year.
Mm-hmm.
And the play calling was better too. AOC 12 had a decent year, for the games that he finished off the season with. Yes, I'd love to have a QB. I'd love to have Dart out of every other QB in this. Yeah, that's who I would want too. If Carter Johnson and Shedeur are there, who do you draft? Carter or Johnson, not Shedeur.
Yep.
All day get drafted in the second. Yep. Carter first, Johnson second. Yeah, Carter first, Johnson second. I'm picking someone else as the third. T-Mac, if he's there. Only team that would take him before us is the Jags. Take who?
Okay, cool. Yeah.
To me, it's McMillan or Johnson at 6. I mean, any one of those three I'd be fine with. I think Carter, Ward, and Sanders are all going to be gone by 6, so I'd take Will Johnson at 6 and sign Godwin in free agency.
Silver, that's a good idea. I hope it works out that way.
Yeah. Now, if all three of those are gone, if Carter, Ward, Sanders, and Johnson are going at number 6, that's when I stop fielding calls. You know, even if T-Mac's gone by then, that's when I start making phone calls about who wants to trade up, who wants to work a deal for our number 6 pick. You know, that's where I start trying to accumulate more picks, you know, to move around in this draft and make this draft worth our while. You know, sign Harris, Godwin, Spillane, Mooring, Kuntz, Chase on trade for Kyle Trask, QB. Draft Johnson, Dart, Henderson, Golden. What do you think? I still like Judkins and Scatterboo. Scatterboo, can you do the Fandango? Pats would take Carter as well. Yeah, I'm hearing Pats want him too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Rebel. If he doesn't go number 1, I don't think he makes it past the Patriots.
No,
I think
they're
the
going
Pats
to
will
take
take him, and they're a pick before us.
Yeah, because
I know Spencer, who was on with Turf on Thursday nights in the Dead in the Water podcast. That was in the chat, and Spencer was talking about the Patriots, talking about taking Abdul Carter, and I'm like, no, trying doing the Jedi mind trick. That is not who you want. you want T. McMillan. You want McMillan, the wide receiver.
Because Vabra's a defensive coach, so he probably will take him. So.
Then that's what scares me. I mean, there's a good chance that Johnson might not even make it to us too.
Yeah,
you know, I hope he does.
Because Jaguars need cornerback up too, so they might grab him before we do.
Jacksonville just needs a playmaker, and that's where I could see them taking Travis Hunter. To be honest with you, because everybody keeps forgetting about Travis Hunter. I haven't heard that name in a while.
I forgot about him
that
too.
Name's kind of fallen off by the wayside because a little while ago, a few weeks ago, he was touted as to be possibly the number 1 pick overall.
Yeah, I totally forgot about Travis Hunter because he definitely fell off.
But since the bowl games and everything, Carter's stock has risen. Scatterbo's stock has risen. Darts, like those are the names everybody's talking about. You know, Shadur's just kind of tanked a little bit. Cam Ward's has moved a little bit just because of what they, mainly because of what Ward did in his game by not coming out in the second half because he had his records in the first half and then your team still loses the bowl. Come on. That's why I don't want a guy like that. He's a proven quitter and he's not a team guy. He's an individual guy, and we don't need that.
We don't another Richardson say, I'm tired, I'll quit. No, we don't need that.
Yeah. Mason Graham will be a bully with Wilkins in the trenches. I don't see Graham making it to us either. I would be fine with him too. I know I don't say his name a lot because sometimes I'm looking for more of like the defensive end, somebody to play a complete opposite of Max, which is why I like Abdul Carter so much.
I think we're going to pick somebody that surprises the hell out of everybody and become a great player. That's what I have a feeling. You don't say, why do they choose him? Why do they choose him?
I hope whoever we pick becomes a fucking superstar because then you feel vindicated,
Why do they choose him? They're going to say, oh, we want him. Well, it's not what you guys want. But I had a feeling that they're going to pick somebody like, what? And then become a superstar.
Oh, you mean like past drafts we've had where we've made a pick and everybody, where I've been at draft parties, like with guys from the Booster Club, we've been at someone's house watching the draft together, and we make the pick, and the first response is you see us all look at each other like, what? What the fuck was that pick? Yeah, one of those type of picks. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the ones that piss me off. I hate those.
That's why I'll turn TV off. Like, ah, shit. Let me pick this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. When they totally reach for a player, it's like again, perfect example is this past season at number 13. When it got to our pick at number 13, I thought for sure we were going to reach for a quarterback that will be easily gotten in the second or third round because that's what we've done in the past, not realizing that Telesco was a best player available. And that's why when they called out Brock Bowers' name, I was like, thank God, because I knew what we were getting with him. I knew that he was out.
Brock Bowers was supposed to go higher in the draft, but since everybody went quarterback crazy, he fell, which I thought was a good thing. I said, well, good. Get him.
Adam Butler is a bully in the trenches, improving. All right, so Arnie, Cam, Carter, Sanders, Hunter, Graham. Who would you take or trade back to 12 for a second-round pick?
No, those guys
So
will be
trade
there.
back all right, so swap our 6 pick for the number 12, which is Dallas, and the second-round pick. I want a little more. I want a little more meat on my plate with that one.
Well, no, those guys won't be there at 12. None of them.
No. He's talking about the draft order. So Cam, Carter, and Sanders go 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Number 4 goes Travis Hunter. 5 goes Graham. I'll pick at 6. Who would you take? Well, at 6, at that point, I would just take Johnson from Michigan. I wouldn't trade. I would get the guy that I want at that point, and that would be Johnson. Or trade back to 12. I wouldn't trade back. If Johnson, if the
good night, Tony.
Todd is gone, Graham's gone. If Travis Hunter is not picked yet, and say T-Mac is in that, then I would trade out of the number 6 spot. I would trade with the Cowboys and go to 12. But I want more than just swapping picks in the second round pick. They're moving up that much to get the play of the day. You hold the cards at that point. They want a certain player. They want a certain player. So you got to play cat and mouse with them. You're going to be like, you want this, come get it, but we want this, You can't just be like, oh, yeah, we'll swap picks and give us a second round. No. They want it that bad. They're paying up big time.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, you hold all the cards in your hand. It's your pick. You can do what you want. If they don't like whatever offer you give them, fine, we're keeping it. We'll pick someone else. Good luck getting the guy you want between 6 and your pick at 12. You got to pick a superstar at 6. No excuses. What are you doing, Chris?
Huh? A superstar at 6?
Pick a superstar at 6. No excuses. What are you thinking?
I'm taking Will. Will or Carter, either one of these still there. I'm taking one of those two. I'm going defense. If they're on number 6, I'm taking Will or Carter. At number 6. Because nothing like a defensive help.
Well,
Can you imagine we had Carter?
What's up, Jay?
Carter, what's the guy? I can't think of his name. The guy in the middle. Christian Wilkins and then Kobe. Oh, get the praying for Matt Crosby. Can you imagine that line?
And as a rookie on the left side, you still have a rotation of possibly Kuntz and Chase on too.
Yeah, for rotation, yeah.
So you always have, you can always set it up where you've got fresh legs, So you're giving these guys to take a break and stay completely effective for the entire game.
And plus Carter coming in, he'll sit behind one of these vets and learn some more stuff. You know what I mean? So sky's the limit. Like I said, I think Pete's gonna go defense.
Later, Tony. I'll see you later, brother. Let's see. Rebel John Olalu needs to be re-signed right away. The man can crush the passer and plug the middle for us for years to come. But really, though, I mean, he really only had one really significant game. I mean, I still get it. I mean, the kid still looked good. But what kind of money do you want to sink into that? I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. Facts, Rebel. Yeah. Not my kids here. Let's see. What do you think about swapping the pick with the Cowboys getting the second and also Trey Lance? I don't want Trey Lance.
I would take
Green
Justin
Bay got
Fields
rid
and
of
Trey
him for a
Lance.
reason. I don't think he's it.
I would take Justin Fields and Trey Lance.
Uh,
I mean, if they're gonna take out one or two, I would take Justin Fields and Trey Lance. And plus, you ain't got to trade anything. He's a free agent, and he can't get the bag because he didn't do nothing last year.
Why, Lance is a free agent this year?
No. Fields is. I said I would take Fields over Trey Lance. If you're gonna trade anything, Fields would be a free agent, so I would take him.
Let's see. I traded back to 12 and still got Will Johnson and got a second and a first and sixth round next year. Really? You did that in the mock draft? I don't know. That works. I mean, but we also hope that in reality we can get a Will Johnson with that 12th pick that we would get from the Cow Bitches. Let's see. Will you be mad if we pit McMillan and pass on Johnson because of his injury history? I wouldn't be mad because you're still getting a bona fide number one at his position. I mean, we need a number one wide receiver. That means I'm not going to be pushing hard for a free agent number one wide receiver. That's for sure. So it's going to save us money there in reality. Or you put your money towards the best cornerback that's out there. I haven't looked. I don't know what's out there for cornerbacks.
And there's not too many names out there on cornerbacks. Not really.
No. So Silver Smoke, Carter, Butler, Wilkins, Crosby with Chase on as rotation. That's a lethal fucking front line on defense. I don't know many defenses, other teams in the league that could match up with that offensive wise.
Yeah, you got too much coming. You got too much coming to you at one time. Who do you double team? You got a lot of speed, finesse, size, and power coming at you. Yeah, who you gonna double team?
That's.
I mean, that means you got to keep it tight in all the time. Like you got to help block because that's a lot of speed and power. That would be a dream. I hope that comes to fruition. I hope that happens.
That just sounds like an awesome defensive front. I mean, come on.
My God.
And then you take care of depth in the draft later on too, possibly, or bring in a free agent that can help out too as depth. Because that's what it is. We need depth. You need depth. Because God forbid Max goes down, that disrupts that whole front.
Yeah, that's what happened.
You need someone that can, because you'll be able to move one of those guys over to the right or move over to the other side to take Max's spot. But now you got no depth to fill in behind them. This is where more draft picks and free agency would help.
As happened last year.
Salute. Yeah. I'm sorry. No to Trey Lance. Yeah. Facts. Chris Fields over Lance. I agree. What's up, Raider Ryan? How you doing, brother? We'd love for the Raiders to go defensive end or cornerback at pick 6 if either QB is not available. Yeah, Lion, that's pretty much what we've been saying too. Like I would like Jalen Carter, but I wouldn't be upset if it's Johnson because I think that's Pete Carroll's pick. Chris, you've pretty much right along the same page on that one, I think.
I think you're going defense. I think you're going to go defense. One to two. Because like I said, a strong defense wins championships.
Let me see this. Let me see. Silver Smoke just sent me 2 mock drafts that he did. All right, so this is what he did. So in his first draft that he sent me, number 6, we end up with Travis Hunter. Not crazy about that one. The 37th pick, we take Jackson Dart. I'm okay with that. 68th pick, Tate Ratledge. 73rd pick, Scatabo from Arizona State, running back. I'm fine with that. Rattledge is an offensive guard from Georgia, for those that are not aware. Sorry. 107, Howard Cross the third, defensive tackle from Notre Dame. I don't know about that Jackson, the Travis Hunter one. That one kind of.
That kind of threw me off. Like, why?
Yeah. All right. So his second one he did that he sent me, his 7th pick, Will Johnson, the cornerback from Michigan. I like that. Number 37, Jackson Dot, Ole Miss. 68, Dylan Fairchild, Georgia, offensive guard. Number 73, running back from Ohio, Judkins. 107, running back from Arizona, Scatabo. And 109, a safety from Oklahoma, Billy Bowman. And that is, oh, you moved back out to the number 7 pick. All right, so we went from 6 to 7 in the first round, and then 2026 New York Jets second round. Oh, that was that trade then. Okay, not bad. I like the second one better than the first one. So. So I'm gonna have to get off here in a couple of minutes. We're at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, I'm about to say get off in
Lalu contract is for 4 years. Got him off
for these guys.
Oops. Just gonna bank for the rest of these chats, and we're gonna have to bail out of here.
Yeah, I gotta go cook right quick. I was saying the same thing.
Why we can't pass up on Carter, period. If he falls to us, no matter who else is available, that would be great. We would have had that this year with Kuntz and Wilkins. Yeah, you're probably right, Raider Rebel, for sure. So what's up, Fair Raider? Spy Tech last 4 first draft picks on O-line and D-line. He loves the trenches. It's going to be Will Campbell or Mason Graham, defensive tackle. Me too. Let's see. The whole Ben Johnson escapade was a false. His agent lied about having a contract with the Raiders.
Yeah, I believe that.
Raider Rebel, I'm good with Campbell at 6. I just think that's a no-brainer for him. I don't like Hunter. He just fell, so I said, what the hell? All right, I get that. Kuntz isn't Carter by any means. No, he's not. He's not.
Not close. But he's good. He's good. But he's not a Carter.
No. All right, so we hit the 2-hour mark here. I'm gonna call it a night.
Me too. Time to go eat dinner.
You got anything coming up you wanna put out there?
We'll do podcast a day early, but I fell behind that technical difficulty, so I'm gonna schedule a live tomorrow. It's up there. It should be up there on YouTube. So other than that, I appreciate you guys subscribe to my channel. I'm still growing. Hopefully I get bigger. I'll probably see a live tomorrow. See me on live tomorrow. That's pretty much it. Nothing really big coming up. Then I'll see you guys later.
Later, Chris. Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys get over to Chris's page, Chris4 Raiders. I'm going to post a link here again for you. Go over there. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe. Keep up with his content. Hit that notification also. So anytime he goes live, usually if I go on live, I hit him up and let him know I'm on, or I'm planning on going on. He comes on with me. So usually see Chris on here with me a lot. So I enjoy being on here with him. Jason has been getting on with us lately too. So I would love to get the 3 of us on along with Jack Kenna. So the 4 of us, as the young kids call us, old heads, because we have different takes on things.
Wait, I'm not old. I'm only 20 years old, but I do have 40 years experience tied onto that. Okay.
You're older than I am. No, it's just, it's nostalgia for these young kids that watch these shows. You get to talk with guys that have been there, seen this team be successful, and
Seen all of it.
don't
Ups
really
and
understand
downs.
how big this really has potential for us to be. You know, some of you guys that watch these shows or these channels, you guys have only been fans for maybe the last 20 years plus, maybe roughly.
Less than that.
Um,
But this remember one thing. We got a new hope in the building once again. This hope I think is a little better than we had last season. Okay, so don't get your hopes high and they're gonna think we're going 11-6 at playoffs. Keep in mind, Pete Carroll didn't do anything his first 2 years at USC. He didn't do anything in Seattle his first 2 years. It took him time to build it. So we got to be patient and wait. Get those draft picks, those free agents, the right staff in there, and just wait. If he go like you said, you picked 6 games this year, that's better than we had this year. We only won 4. Well, the only thing I want to see is that we compete in each one of these damn games. If we lose on field goal, fine, but we was in the game. That's all I want to see. Anyway, with that said, salute Raider Nation, Raider family. I'm out. I'm gonna go cook for these kids and the woman before I get beat up. I don't see you tomorrow. Good night, guys.
all right, see you, Chris. All right, so yes, I'm gonna call it a night here. What's up, Cat Daddy? Hey, you just showed up. I don't know how long you've been watching. Getting off for the night. We've been on for 2 hours now. So I mean, with us older guys that have been here during the 70s and saw this team and the winning culture and what the real Raider mystique is all about, and the name and the power that comes with the shield itself. This is enjoyable for me. I love doing this. I love talking about the Raiders. I love interacting with the chat. I try and interact with the chat as much as I possibly can, because obviously without you guys, we don't have a lot of talking points. I'm not the type that I have a preset show, like these are what I want to talk about. I'll just come in and start hitting what's on the top of my head as far as like the most recent subjects. And then I feed off of what you in the chat say, and then, questions that are asked. And, I like to try and keep the chat involved as much as possible. So if it seems like it's taken me a while for me to get to your messages or your chats that you're putting up, I'm sorry. Depending on who's on with me, how, what we're talking about in the moment, I might be a few minutes behind. I try and keep up as best as I can. But I do appreciate you all for showing up and tuning in and helping me on this journey to grow this channel, to get the club name out there. We're over 900 subscribers now, so I thank everybody that's subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. The next goal at this point is to hit that 1,000 mark now. So we're trying to get this thing, we're trying to get the name of the club out there and our logo. So we will be having, hopefully in the next few weeks, or next couple of weeks, I hope, a storefront put up. We have a local supplier that does all our merchandise for the club. As soon as that store is up and running, I will be posting the links on our Instagram. I will be posting the links in the chat while I'm doing live shows. It'll be on the YouTube channel on the links. It'll be on the Facebook page. It's going to be everywhere. That QR code that I put up every now and then, that's going to be in there too. So the store is going to be limited at first because we're not going to roll out everything. We're going to put things out in sequence. But there will be shirts available, baseball hats, these winter style hats, the ones that I always wear on the shows. I just took it off now because I'm a little warm again today. We're going to have challenge coins, which we had made up for the 20th anniversary. So we'll have the challenge coins. We're going to have these magnets that has the actual QR code on it too. So all that information will be out there once it's up and running. So we'll be pushing for that. So I wanted to keep the store to a local business. I didn't want to do it through Shopify, basically. I wanted to keep it to a local business and I'd rather let them get the money to do this, so I'll know all the parameters as far as cost for shipping and everything. So eventually Silver Smoke, we're gonna branch into different merchandise at some point. But right now, for the first couple months, for at least the first month to see how it goes, before we really start to expand. Because if there's not a heavy demand, then we're going to keep it to a low quantity of what we're putting out there, because we have to pay for the stuff up front. But they do all the embroidering, all the the silk screening there too. So I'm looking forward to it. That's why, as the president of the Booster Club, I'm trying to really take this club into a different direction to really get this widespread and make this more of a nationally known club rather than just a New England-based club. And I think I'm accomplishing that so far. I mean, I'm bumping into people and getting people interested in what I have to say and, what's going on with us, on the other side of the country. I mean, a lot of you guys are from the West Coast or from the Vegas area west. So I do appreciate everybody. Again, I want to give a quick little shout out to my granddaughter. She's 5 years old today. Happy birthday, my little sweetheart. I absolutely love you, Riley. You are the apple of my eye. You're our first grandchild. We have a second one coming in May. She's going to have a little brother coming in May, her grandson. So we're looking forward to it. So tomorrow night I'll be on with Cheetah Jay from Just Raiders Baby, and LV Raider 10 and myself. We do the Raider Connection. It's 10 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Pacific. And Thursday it's myself and LV Raider 10. His link is in the bio also, so make sure you guys get over to his channel, subscribe to his, hit the notifications, so when him and I are on together, you'll know. But Thursday night is our Raiders Coast to Coast show. It's same time frame, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, 7 o'clock Pacific time. So until then, if any other big news breaks, I would probably pop on during the day, during the week, because I'm home all the time now. I'm done working. So till next time, everybody, salute, take care, stay safe. If you're in LA, be vigilant while you're out there during those wildfires. I don't know how intense they still are, if they're slowed down, but be careful. And until next time, go Raiders.